Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Full-time whistle has just gone at St James's Park. It ended Newcastle United 3, West Brom 2. Good game, enjoyable game, I guess. Annoying at times. Watching the way we were playing, the way we were defending at points, controlling the game and losing control of the game. It was a bit frustrating, but ultimately, a win's a win. Cup competition, we're through to the next round. We're in the draw for the next round. The draw is happening in the next 45 minutes or so, I believe. So we'll find out who we've got in the next round then. Start off, as always, if you like these videos, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on the video. I'll remind you again at the end. So if you're still here in 10 minutes, 15 minutes time, I'll be reminding you again, press that like button, hit that subscribe button. Start off with the lineup. So Zhao was in goal. The new lad, not terrible, not great. The first goal, probably his fault with his positioning. Shouldn't be getting beaten from that range from a free kick like that, in my opinion. I ain't no goalkeeping expert, but that's my feeling on it. Dedic and Hall, fullbacks. Dedic tonight I thought was brilliant. Great at the weekend, great tonight. Looks like a real good signing. And I believe Tino Livramento is going to have to work hard to try and earn that place back. And plus his relationship with Geisler. So I feel like Livramento could really struggle to try and get back in this team when he's fit again. Got the 2 assists. So yeah, for me tonight, Dedic was really good. Man of the match, maybe, potentially. I thought his performance was really good. Chow and Botman, solid enough. Chow, great. Assist from Chow as well, I believe. Botman, standard performance from Sven Botman, nothing major. Still not back to that form of the original Botman when we first signed him. I hope that he can work his way back there, but we'll see. Time will tell. Lewis Hall on the other side, unlucky, giving away another penalty. 2 penalties in 2 games conceded for Lewis Hall. You got to feel for the guy. I thought the one at the weekend was harsh. I think tonight it's a penalty by the book, by the laws of the game and the rules of the game. It's a penalty. I still do think it's, in my opinion, it's still harsh. I think he's running back. When you're running, your arms move. You can't run with your arms by your side. Is there an element of his arm moving towards the ball? Maybe, but again, I feel like that's what you do when you run. Your arm moves. But letter of the law, penalty, and it was, and it always will be given in this day and age, I believe, with the way the handball rule is. In that midfield too, Sean Ster, Jacob Ramsey were in there. Sean Ster, such a good player, honestly. For 18 years old, some of the balls that he plays and some of the vision that he has he can play different types of balls as well. He can ping balls in sort of through the middle and try and break teams through down the middle, but also for the second goal where Dedic plays the ball in for Touré's goal, the little shimmy he does, he sort of dropped his shoulder and it just looked like he had all this time and space, and he picked out the ball out to Dedic, and like it was unbelievable. I mean, it's West Brom. West Brom is still a good professional football team. It's not like we're playing a Sunday League team. The professional footballers, experienced professional footballers, this lad's 18. I think he honestly is one to watch for the future. I think he could be really good, and I think we'll struggle if he stays fit and he continues performing the way he is. I think we could struggle to hold on to him. Ramsey on the other side, nothing special. Wasn't awful, wasn't great. Just a solid performance. I feel like Ramsey's better in a more advanced role. For me personally, I feel like he thrives a bit more when he's got a bit more attacking responsibility and he can get a bit higher at the pitch. Full-time whistle's just gone there. I think Everton have spanked Preston North End. I was born in Preston, from Preston, so I do follow Preston and I keep an eye on the results, and they've been absolutely battered tonight. So Ramsey, for me, is better and a little bit more advanced, playing in that bit more of an advanced role, giving a bit more attacking freedom. In that 6 where he's sitting deeper, I don't think we get the best out of him. I really don't. And then we had Jacob Murphy on the right. Good enough game from Murphy. Nothing silly. He's always got a mistake in him, I feel, Jacob Murphy, and I say it all the time. I absolutely love the man. Love him to bits. But I do question sometimes some of his decision making when he tries these little back heels and flicks and stuff. I'm like, But tonight, pretty solid. He was all right. Willock in the number 10 role. Again, nothing special. Didn't really catch the eye, but a solid enough game. And then on the other side, Toure. Bright. Got in behind a few times, some nice runs. Hall played some nice sort of through balls in behind. He got a few crosses into the box. Also, obviously got his goal. Or potentially it was an own goal. I'm not sure. The replays tonight on the coverage weren't great. So yeah, got a goal, good performance. For some reason got hooked at half time. Fitness potentially, maybe picked up a bit of a knock. 4-0 it was, Everton Preston actually. So yeah, Everton Preston, 4-0 to Everton. So yeah, Toure, I would imagine it's fitness potentially. I didn't see him pick up any knock. He looked fine going off at half time, so I'd imagine it's just a fitness thing. He's not had loads of pre-season if I remember rightly, so yeah, could just be it was the plan to take him off at half time all along. And then we had Nick Waltemada playing in that number 9 role, where I think that's what he is, a number 9. Was he great? No. Was he awful? No. Some nice touches in the middle of the park, some nice sort of close skill. There was one point he picked the ball up and it was just a lovely little bit of movement with his feet and close ball control. And I thought that's one of the best things I've seen him do in weeks and months probably. So I do feel like he is a lot more comfortable playing higher up the pitch. I feel when he's a bit deeper in midfield, I feel like he feels that defensive responsibility a bit more, and he panics. And I think that's where we see the mistakes, the misplaced passes, losing the ball, getting dispossessed. Whereas when he's higher up the pitch, he doesn't have that fear, if I lose it, it's not the end of the world. So he's got a bit more freedom to actually try and express himself and play. So that was the starting lineup. Subs wise, as I say, Toure went off at half time. Harvey Barnes came on. Harvey Barnes, great. 2 goals. The fact that he scored 2 goals probably means he is man of the match rather than Dedic. But Dedic was fantastic. Can't take that away from him. Elanga, Wissa and Miley all came on as well. They came on around the 65th minute. Elanga obviously came on the right. There was something that stuck in my head just because it just happened. At the end, he got fouled. The West Brom defender literally was dragging him back with his shirt and brought him down. The lino didn't flag, and then the referee didn't give anything. It was like, it's the clearest foul I've ever seen in my life. What's going on? And he was fuming as well. Because pretty much, I'm guessing the referee didn't give it because he thought, do you know what, it's full time, I'm blowing the whistle. But still, a foul's a foul. You give it. If it's in play, you give the foul. And then he blew the whistle, and straight away Elanga was up, and Yislis sort of caught him and was like, calm down. And then Yisa went over and he was chatting to the referee. The assistant came over, don't know his name yet. Can't remember his coaching staff's names. But they were having words with the referee because it was clearly a foul. Wissa didn't do loads, had a good chance when Barnes, there was a ball played over from, can't remember who it was, but then it was played over to, I think it might have been Miley actually, played the ball over to Barnes at the back post, and Barnes, first time volley cross, back across goal, and Wissa got his foot to it. Should have done better. But yeah, solid enough. He's there, he's in that position, he's trying to create goal scoring opportunities, and that's what you want to see. Miley as well, yeah, when Miley came on, you know what you're getting with Lewis Miley. He's solid, really good player, and you just sort of, when he's on the pitch, you feel that he's just going to be a solid player. No silly mistakes, nothing crazy from him, and yeah, it brought a sense of a bit of calm to that sort of them two holding roles that's sitting there. I was like, right, Miley's on. We should be okay to see it out. So we'll start going through the game then, I guess. Looking at the start of the game, I thought the first 10 minutes or so, we really dominated. We created some really good opportunities. We were getting in behind them. We were breaking them down. We looked like we were really going to dominate the game. And then all of a sudden, the sort of momentum just shifted. And from about 10 minutes onwards, they really sort of started to grow into the game. And I was like, where's this come from? But fair play to them. They played some decent football. They started trying to get at us. And we seemed to retreat into our shells a little bit. And then obviously we conceded the free kick. And then João, as I mentioned when I went through the team sheet there, he gets caught out massively. I think his positioning's all wrong. He starts shifting across the goal. He's fallen for the old shifting players around in the attacking line. He's thinking, oh, he's going to whip it into one of them boys. He's sending signals. He's telling his mates where he's going to put the ball. And he falls for it. And you can see he sort of shuffles across because he's expecting the ball to be whipped into the box. He's getting in that central position. And as soon as he notices that he's gone, he just whips it in that bottom corner. It's a great finish. Great idea. But I think just a bit of naivety from the keeper, a bit of inexperience and understanding of game situations. Like, you've got to be switched on at all times as a goalkeeper. You have to be. You have to understand what could happen. Not what is happening, what could happen, when it can happen. You've got to be anticipating these kind of things, and he just wasn't. So we conceded the first goal, and I really do think it knocked the wind out of our sails, because that first spell hadn't completely disappeared. We were still sort of in the game, but then after the goal, we really went back into our shelves. Shelves? Ourselves, or shells, either or. And we really struggled to try and get a grip of the game again. And it wasn't until maybe 35 minutes, sort of the 10 minutes before half time, when we started actually to get back into the game. And that's when Toure gets his goal, or as I mentioned before, potentially it's an own goal. I couldn't see. The replays are terrible. But yeah, it was a great move. Dedic, again, creating problems down that right-hand side. Really promising from him. So we get the goal 1-1, and then obviously it's half-time. On comes Barnes, change at half-time, brings Barnes on, takes Toure off. And within, I think, when did the goal get scored? 47, 48 minutes or something like that? It wasn't long. Wasn't long at all. And then Barnes, instant impact, scores 2-1. And at that point, I thought, oh, we're going to control the game here. We're gonna be all right. But that wasn't the case. West Brom again, sort of, they had a 5 minute spell where they were still causing us problems. They were still giving us things to think about. And then the game I felt like the game drifted slightly. Not much was going on. We weren't really pushing to try and get a third. And it just stalled for me for a little bit, for a period of 10-15 minutes where it wasn't that sort of high intensity, entertaining football. And yeah, it just drifted slightly. And then they started to get a bit of a foothold back in the game. And then obviously the penalty comes, and like I say, it wasn't out of nowhere. They were sort of getting themselves back in the game, but the penalty comes and they score, and I'm just thinking, this is going to pens now. It's got pens written all over it. And I feel under Eddie Howe, this team would have probably ended up just sitting in and thinking, oh, do you know what, we're going to go to penalties. But we didn't. And that's positive. That's the one thing that I'm looking at and thinking, yeah, this is good. This is what I want to see. I want to see us actually attacking games and going for wins and trying to not trying to sit in and protect what you've got. Actually go and try and win a game of football. And I feel like that's what we saw. And the second goal, again, Barnes, good finish. Finished the game off. Last 5, we did drop a little deeper. We got the goal, and then we kept the ball. We were playing all right stuff. We were keeping them at bay, but then that last 5, we did drop. You could see we dropped a lot deeper, and we started giving away silly free kicks in silly positions, dangerous positions, which I was just thinking, what are you doing? What's going on? But we held on, and we are through. Final score 3-2. Quick look at stats. So 56% of the ball to their 44. So we did have more of the ball. XG 2.83 to their 1.49. So we outperformed our XG, but it was sort of getting on for free. So we are where we should have been. 16 shots, 7 on target to their 12 and 3 on target. Big one, 35 touches in the opposition box to their 16. So we did. You look at the stats and you think, yeah, we've dominated the game, and I feel like we did deserve to win the game. But I just think that there was elements in there when you conceded 2 goals. But then also I think about it, and we've conceded 2 goals. One was a goalkeeper in error, and one was a penalty. Other than that, did they threaten our goal with any real solid chances? I don't think they did. But I feel that if you concede them sort of opportunities and chances against better teams, and especially higher level Premier League teams, then you are going to get punished. And that's where there's a bit of, we need to ensure we tighten up. And I think today's signing, Gonzalez, can help that. I think with that experience and that knowledge in the midfields, I think that's really going to help, especially with the younger players. Even Lewis Miley playing with him, it's going to really develop and help him in his game, I believe. The referee, a quick one on the referee. I thought Robert Madley, I thought he was terrible. I honestly do. I don't like to chat about referees, but I did think tonight he wasn't very good. There was a period where they started committing a lot of fouls, and they were being very, very physical. And I thought you need to get your card out here, because they're just gonna turn it into a fight. But he did, to be fair, he got his cards out and started booking a few players to sort of try and get a grip of the game. But I thought some of his decision making was terrible. That one at the end that I mentioned was absolutely awful. So Footmob has got Barnes as man of the match on an 8.9. So yeah, you can't grumble with that 8.9 from Barnes. Dedic on an 8.8. So he's only 0.1 behind Barnes. I thought Dedic, for me, was my man of the match. He played the full game. Barnes only played a half. All right, yeah, he's had a massive impact. He's come on and won the game for us. But I thought his overall performance, Dedic, tonight was really, really good. We'll find out who we play in the next round soon enough. Like I say, right now, about 25 minutes time, I believe the draw is 10:30 on Wednesday night. So we'll look forward to that and find out who we play. In a sense of our next game, so Saturday, 5:30, Spurs away, big one. Going back, seeing Sandro Tonali. Spurs off the back of a damaging Premier League defeat. I think tonight they've won pretty comfortably. Tonight they won 5-1 against Charlton, so they've had a good result tonight. Let's see, okay, so they played a weakened side, but still a win breeds confidence in the squad. So it's a good win for them, but it is against Charlton. Obviously, the last Premier League game, they got a bit of a hiding. So I think they're back at home. They want to put that right. So we will be in for a tough game, I believe. They've got signings coming in, so have we. So that's going to be exciting this weekend to see, hopefully, Nico Gonzalez in that midfield. If Yisa decides to throw him straight in, who knows, maybe he doesn't, but I would imagine he will. If it was me, I would, but I'm not a football manager, so there you go. As I mentioned on the last video, I am at a music festival this weekend on Saturday, so I am going to try and watch the game while I'm there on my phone or somehow, and then we'll get a video up probably on Sunday, my reaction to the game, because if I don't see it live, then I will catch up afterwards. Maybe I won't see a full rerun, but I'll try and catch some extended highlights so I can give you my take on what I see from them highlights. So yeah, stay tuned. As I mentioned at the beginning, if you've got this far, thank you very much for listening to me ramble on and chat loads of rubbish about Newcastle United. I very much do it for my own enjoyment and fun. However, I would love it if you would like the video, subscribe to the video, comment. Even if you think I'm a clown and I don't know what I'm talking about, tell me in the comments, let me know. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I will respond to all of them, because right now I've got about 12 subscribers. So if one of your comments, I'm not exactly inundated with comments right now, so I will reply to them all. Maybe one day I will be, who knows. But hopefully we have a good performance this weekend with Spurs. We can get 3 points. To be honest, I think a point would be... Would a point be a good result? I don't know. I think 3 points would be obviously a great result. I think a point away at Spurs with the signings we've made. Oh, excuse me. I need to get to bed. It's too late. It's past my bedtime. I think with the signings they've made, before last weekend, you would say a point away at Spurs would be good. However, after seeing them last weekend and seeing their sort of vulnerabilities and how awful they can be, I feel like we can get at them and we can try and get 3 points there. But we will see. We shall see. I'll catch you all on Sunday. As I mentioned, like, subscribe, comment. See you Sunday. Up the mags.